why is it that because we are the strongest armed forces in the world, we have to be the policemen of the world? I don't follow that. Where's the logic?
It's not just about strongest. It's we are a moral nation that believes in the freedom and the individuality of every citizen to have the right to reject religion, to accept religion, to reject speech,
Absolutely.
accept speech. So those principles
That's
of the
inside the
universal.
United States.
Who else is defending the Universal Declaration of Human Rights? Who is doing that? Please tell me which governments in the world are promoting defending the Raif Bedouis of the world in Saudi Arabia, in Pakistan, in Russia, in these governments that are oppressing and treating their citizens as cattle, as
should
animals.
we be involved in a war with Pakistan and other countries because
So
they're
this
doing
is where
that?
you and I disagree, is that ultimately you feel we have no moral obligation to anyone outside our borders. None.
We have a moral obligation to condemn them with words. With
What
words.
does that do?
Well, it offers leadership to the rest of the world. We can restrict trade with them because that is not an aggressive
Absolutely.
action.
Sanctions. We shouldn't have looked at the sanctions on Iran. Absolutely.
But the issue is whether we should reserve military attack to situations of self-defense, where we're
Absolutely.
attacked or there's an imminent threat of attack, or should we expand it to situations
the
where we
cancer in
think
Syria has attacked us multiple times. ISIS's war is against the West.
ISIS army attacked America? Which city did they attack?
San Bernardino, Chattanooga,
That was
Paris
an American
twice.
citizen.
What?
That was an American citizen that sympathized with them because we're bombing them. That's not ISIS. That's not an ISIS arm.
Okay, well you're
he's not
ignorant.
a-
You're ignorant of the
ISIS.
ideology of ISIS.
ISIS is in a war right now with Syria and Iraq. That's who they're really fighting. They don't have a war with the United States.
You have no clue of the idea. ISIS is trying to create a caliphate that believes in separating the war into Dar al-Islam and Dar al-Harb, which is the land of Islam and the land of war.
I know that
we are in the land of war.
They're
Have you read Baghdadi's manifestos?
No, but they're dreaming
So how do you know
about,
what you're talking about?
Does ISIS have the capacity to invade America? Do they have a navy or an air force?
That's what they did. That's what they're doing with any means possible through the viral radical ideology they're spreading.
Do they have an army or a navy? I mean, a navy or an air force? How are they going to get across the Atlantic?
They are a radical ideology that will use any means possible to, whether it be a dirty bomb, whether it be conventional weapons, whatever they can get their hands on, they will use to attack America, as will Assad's regime, by the way, too. It's not just ISIS. The Assad regime has attacked us both through military, through their Syrian Electronic Army, through intelligence operations. So this is not just ISIS.
But which city or town in America has been attacked by Syria or ISIS?
The Syrian Electronic Army, look for yourself at what they've done, which news sites they've shut down.
You're talking about cyber warfare, but not military attacks.
Military attacks? ISIS has perpetrated attacks, as I mentioned to you. I listed them for
One
you.
person who was
One person, the attacks in Paris, which is a NATO country, right? Or did you ignore
Well, I'm
NATO?
talking about the United States right now.
An attack on NATO, an attack on one country is an attack on all of us, no? Isn't that the NATO treaty that we signed?
It depends on whether you signed a treaty for proper purposes or not. I think you should sign treaties based on your need of self-defense, not defending people that can defend themselves. But that's just my own opinion.
I think we've exhausted our topic.
Well, you do have to choose between those two principles. Either you respect national sovereignty in all cases, or you don't.
You're not going to back me into your false binary choice. The world is not just like Syria is not a choice between ISIS and Assad.
But there
is a third pathway in Syria.
You can at the same time respect national sovereignty and at the same time not respect it. And at the same time not respect it in some instances.
You respect national sovereignty by promoting the liberals in Syria that are trying to fight for their own national sovereignty. Absolutely. That is not a disrespect of Syrian national sovereignty. The argument you are giving is Assad's argument. You are actually articulating the fascist Arabist argument
of Bashar. I think he's horrible.
You don't. You could work for Syrian. This could be Syrian media. You are articulating Syrian media arguments. Absolutely.
Just because he likes what I say,
you could be on his payroll.
I'm alive.
You could be on his payroll.
He's a tyrant. I just said a horrible.
His allies say that
murderer.
too. I know Syrian intelligence that say he's a tyrant, but they work for Syrian intelligence.
No, well, I'm just saying
He
that
should put you on his
it's
payroll.
not possible to say that in all instances you respect the national sovereignty of other countries and you don't invade them unless they attack you or you're imminent threat of attack.
I served in
And
the
at this-
Navy. We did not go to Iraq in order to rob the Iraqis of their own national sovereignty. We went there to liberate them from Saddam Hussein and the Ba'athist fascists that were controlling them. So don't give me lectures about national sovereignty when our blood and treasure is being used to you can argue about whether it was smart or not, whether it was effective, it turned into chaos. I get all that.
Was it a mistake?
I don't believe so, no. Iraq would be Syria today if we had not gone in and done what we did. Now,
Would be Syria.
absolutely. What's happening in Syria? The Arab awakening post-2011 would have gone from Syria, it went from Libya, Egypt, Syria. Iraq would be Syria today, battling against Saddam's dictatorship with civil war throughout. But that didn't happen because we had gone in. Now, that doesn't legitimize as if we had some